The 2025 season is inching closer, and while most of the spotlight has been focused on Dallas's big-name stars, there's a different conversation brewing, one that could redefine how we see this team's trajectory. What if the Cowboys' so-called weak spots aren't weaknesses at all? That's right. Today, we're diving into how two areas many fans and analysts have been worried about, the running back room and the cornerback group, could quietly become the Cowboys' X factors this season. Let's not sugarcoat it. On paper, Dallas has built one of the most balanced rosters in the NFC. If you're looking at it without bias, just pure football sense, you'll see a front office that's patched up holes and added depth across multiple positions. But two rooms still raise eyebrows, and not because of talent. The concern? Health. Let's start with the backfield. This running back unit might just be the make-or-break factor for Dallas. If they overperform, they could be the key that unlocks this entire offense. If they underwhelm, this team could struggle to sustain drives, chew clock, and control momentum late in games. This offense, under Brian Schottenheimer's vision, needs reliable runners to function at full capacity. And that's what makes this storyline so critical. The running game is no longer a complementary piece. It's the engine. If it sputters, the whole system slows down. So, what if we've been underestimating them? What if the spark this offense needs is already in the locker room, waiting to explode? This Cowboys offense is being built with one identity in mind: tough, physical, smash-mouth football. A system that controls the line of scrimmage, pounds the rock, and stretches defenses sideline to sideline. That's the plan. And if the ground game doesn't deliver, the whole thing falls apart. It's that simple. Many still believe the running back group is the team's weakest link heading into training camp, including insiders at Sports Illustrated. But there's a growing sense around the league that this unit could shock everyone. And they're not alone in that belief. Even national voices are beginning to take notice. On ESPN, Marcus Spears, better known to fans as Swagoo, called out a Cowboys rookie who could be the surprise breakout of the year: Jaydon Blue. He wasn't a headline draft pick. In fact, he slipped to the 5th round. But don't let that fool you. What he brings to the field can't be taught. Explosiveness, game-breaking speed, and a knack for flipping field position in a heartbeat. But what makes him dangerous isn't just his athleticism. It's his opportunity. He's walking into a system tailor-made for backs who can create in space. He doesn't have to be Zeke from 2016. He just has to be ready. And here's the thing: Blue isn't alone. The running back room is full of guys with something to prove. This isn't a luxury group. It's a battleground. And if even one of them catches fire, Dallas might have found its next offensive spark plug, right where most people thought they were weakest. Let's be clear. Jaydon Blue isn't walking into Dallas to save the running game single-handedly. He's a 5th-round rookie. No one should expect him to carry the offense. But here's the wild card: the offensive line. If this O-line plays to its potential, everything changes. The truth is, last season's protection scheme was a mess. Preparation was sloppy. Execution, worse. But this year, there's real optimism, and it starts with a revamped coaching staff that actually knows how to develop players and build chemistry in the trenches. Last season, young linemen were tossed onto the field without structure. But now, with better instruction and clarity, players like Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton have a shot to grow fast and protect even faster. And that makes all the difference for a rookie like Jaydon Blue. Because here's the deal: he doesn't need to do it alone. He's got an elite supporting cast around him. A veteran all-pro quarterback who knows how to command the field, one of the best guards in the league anchoring the left side, a retooled line that looks ready to dominate, and a coaching staff that's focused on maximizing strengths, not forcing a system. Combine all of that, and what you have is a young running back set up for success. If Blue sharpens his skills as a receiver out of the backfield, which he's working hard to do, he could become a legit weapon in both phases of the offense. This isn't just about potential. It's about positioning. and the Cowboys may have positioned Jaydon for a rookie year that turns heads across the league. One of the smartest things this new coaching staff is doing? They're no longer forcing players to abandon what made them special. That mistake defined last season. Too many guys were being asked to do things that didn't match their strengths. But this year, the philosophy is clear. Let talent shine, not suppress it. That's huge for a player like Jaydon. He's got home run speed, no question. But his success will depend on more than just explosiveness. In a system expected to emphasize zone runs and duo blocking schemes, his ability to make quick, smart reads and find the right gaps will be crucial. And yes, he'll need to tighten up ball security, a concern that followed him out of college. But that's coachable. What's not coachable is the burst he brings to every touch and the fresh legs he's bringing into the NFL. Blue didn't get overworked in college. He's not coming into the league with 600 carries already on his body. That's a major advantage. This is a back who's fresh, hungry, and moldable, not weighed down by bad habits or mileage. That kind of profile is gold for a team like Dallas that's looking to reinvent the run game and reassert physical dominance. Jaydon fits that mission perfectly. And when you combine his raw ability with a rising offensive line that's being rebuilt to play nasty and physical again, you start to see why this could be one of the most surprising rookie breakouts in the league, not just in Dallas. When you're building a zone-based rushing attack, it all starts up front. You need an offensive line that's not just strong, but athletic and cohesive. A unit that can shift, move laterally, and create running lanes with precision. That's why this Cowboys line matters so much. And that's why Jaydon has a real shot at making noise in year one. He fits what Dallas is building. And now, as we shift gears, let's talk about a little buzz that got fans stirred up this week. A subtle Twitter exchange lit up Cowboys Nation. Stephon Gilmore, yes, that's Stephon Gilmore, had a quick public back and forth with Wani Thomas, where Thomas called it "great talks with the OG," and Gilmore responded with, "my bro." Just emojis and respect. But that was enough for the fan base to start asking the obvious. Now, let's be clear. There are no official reports, no trades, no signings in motion yet. But let's be honest, if the Cowboys are still evaluating ways to beef up their secondary, Gilmore returning would be a massive win. Because here's the truth, this cornerback room is flying under the radar, and that might just be the Cowboys' biggest advantage on defense. You've got rising names like Kaiir Elam, who's had a strong offseason and looks locked in. You've got Savion Redwell, a young corner with size, traits, and upside once he returns to full health. And now, just imagine injecting a veteran like Gilmore back into that mix. This isn't hype. It's strategic depth, the element of the unknown. Just like the running back room, the cornerback group could be one of the Cowboys' most overlooked strengths heading into the season. And when you're trying to make a deep playoff run, those hidden weapons are what separate good teams from dangerous ones. This is what makes the Cowboys so dangerous heading into 2025. You don't know what's coming. You can't prepare for what you can't predict. Who's going to get the rock? One snap, it might be Jaydon, blazing past defenders with elite 4.3 speed. The next, it's Philyaw Mafa, lowering the boom and delivering hits that leave defenders thinking twice. One brings the flash, the other brings the fire. Together, they could form a devastating 1-2 punch, and it doesn't stop there. On the other side of the ball, quarterbacks won't be able to sleep easy knowing Savion Redwell and Kaiir Elam are waiting to feast. Redwell is a raw, rangy ball hawk with instincts that can't be taught. Elam is physical, focused, and quietly stacking a great offseason. The secondary has depth, speed, and unpredictability. Everything you need to turn takeaways into momentum. And that's the key word for this entire Cowboys roster, unpredictability. If even one or two of these young players in the running back or cornerback room step into their moment, Dallas could find themselves holding more than just talent. They could uncover stars. So don't be surprised if by midseason, names like Jaydon, Philyaw Mafa, and Savion Redwell aren't just contributors. but difference makers. The kind of players that give your team juice, that edge, that hidden firepower every contender needs. It won't be identical to what other teams are doing, but it doesn't have to be. This isn't hype. This isn't wishful thinking. This is how underdogs become weapons. The Cowboys might already have everything they need. They're just waiting to unleash it. At the end of the day, it all starts and ends with the offensive line. If the big men up front handle their business, this entire Cowboys offense has the pieces to explode. Protection equals production. And with better coaching, better chemistry, and better preparation, this unit finally looks like it's ready to take that leap. Dallas doesn't just have talent. They've got options, hidden weapons, aces up their sleeve. If even a few of these young stars step up, if the O-line holds strong and the rookies deliver, this team won't just be in the mix. They'll be a real problem for the rest of the NFC. So believe this, they haven't gone anywhere. They haven't faded into the background. They're still them boys.